Rachel, thank you. Well, if you were with us yesterday, you know the CDC released new guidance regarding mask usage for those who are fully vaccinated. Joining us tonight to talk more about the new guidelines, Dr. Virginia Bielak, an infectious disease expert at Hartford Healthcare. Dr. Bielak, thank you for joining us. And I want to ask you first, are there concerns over these new guidelines? Have you or any of your colleagues expressed doubts about this? Any possibility that we're jumping the gun here?
Well, I think right now, especially in a state like Connecticut, is a good time to give us new guidelines and be a little less restrictive. And I think we need to watch the numbers very closely over the next few weeks to months and see what happens. But certainly, at least in the state of Connecticut, we're in a good spot.
You know, we human beings are funny. We've been living under these conditions for so long, grumbling about having to wear masks. And now that things are easing up a little bit, we're a little nervous about moving forward. Uh-oh, should we remove the mask? Should people feel safe in restaurants or maybe while traveling?
Certainly, if you're vaccinated. Remember, these mask restrictions indoors only pertain to people who are vaccinated. And if you're vaccinated, you should feel safe. Data have been accumulating over recent weeks that tell us how safe and effective these vaccines that we have for COVID-19 are. We're learning that if you're vaccinated, you are less likely to get sick, you're less likely to transmit to others, and you're less likely to be asymptomatically infected. So absolutely, if you're vaccinated and your immune system is normal, you should feel safe in most situations going without a mask.
You know, we were all, I'm sorry to interrupt there. We were all celebrating at the end of the clinical trials of these vaccines. We were hearing numbers like 95 and 96% effective, but the vaccines are actually outperforming those numbers in the real world, aren't they?
Yes, there was efficacy, which is what was measured in the vaccine studies, but then there's effectiveness, which is what you measure when the vaccines have been given to many people under less controlled, less strict conditions. And these vaccines are very effective. And I encourage everybody to get vaccinated if you haven't been already. This is great news from the CDC. And, you know, I think you're very safe if you're vaccinated.
And does that apply to young children? We are almost certainly approaching a time when children, even those younger than 12, will have a vaccine available to them. Do you advise parents to get young children vaccinated as well?
Well, we don't have those data yet to say that we can give the vaccines to children under the age of 12. I suspect that the vaccines are going to be as effective, if not more effective, in healthy young children. And again, if the data say the vaccines are safe, as I have no reason to doubt that the data will, I would encourage parents to get their children vaccinated. Safe operating of schools and summer camps really depends on as many people as possible being vaccinated.
All right, Dr. Virginia Bielak of Hartford Healthcare, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate your time.
You're very welcome. Thank you.